Hi, so my name is Johan. I'm a third year management student at UBC Okanagan, and this video is for things to keep in mind for anyone joining UBC Okanagan anytime soon. So this could be for international or domestic students, doesn't really matter. And so the first thing that I'd like to talk about is the weather that you can expect. So in summer months, it can get pretty hot. So from what I've heard, it can be between 30 and 40 degrees centigrade in the hotter days, and there is the occasional rain throughout the year, so having an umbrella is good. And it does get cold in the winters for short periods of time, and so this way layering is super helpful and important. I'd say when the temperature is under 14, that's when I typically start thinking about layering, and when the temperature is closer to negative, that's when I start layering with a bigger winter jacket. And another piece of advice that I have is that if you're coming from a hotter climate and you don't really have many jackets to begin with, or many hoodies or sweaters, etc., to begin with, better to buy most of your colder clothing in Canada than to buy it in your home country and then you spend time packing it, as this way you could save space and weight, more importantly, when you're coming to UBC Okanagan. So the next thing that I'd like to talk about is buying a few good pairs of shoes. So you could buy one pair of shoes that's mostly weatherproof for rain and snow and has good tread, and you can also buy one pair of boots, so when it does snow more than the occasional couple inches, or when you're going to a ski resort for example, it does come in handy. Another thing that you should keep in mind is the dry air, and so with the HVAC systems indoors and the low humidity outdoors, I personally, coming from a hotter and more humid climate, I would struggle a little bit with my skin with the dry climate, so I'd recommend moisturizing regularly and even buying a humidifier. That's a pretty good decision, I'd say. And so now I'll be talking about on-campus housing, and so I'll be adding the on-campus housing prices up here, so you can pause the video and take a look, or save the photo. This is for the year 2025 and 2026. And so I personally recommend opting for the apartment style housing buildings in your application. And so you can see the range of pricing is between 8,000 to 8,400 per year in Cascades, and 7,800 to 11,400 in Monashi. And so this is far less than the other residence options because as you can see, it's about 15 grand because this includes the mandatory meal plan. And so on the Pritchard website, this comes to about $32 a day and about $7,200 a year. And this is only available for the fall and winter sessions. And so in my personal experience, I could tolerate the food and the options did seem good on some days, but although there were a few days that were hit and miss, and from what I've heard from my friends, they didn't really enjoy the Pritchard what Pritchard had to offer. And I definitely don't think that the all-you-can-eat plan is worth the money, and that is why I'd say getting bound into Nichako and the other residences that are single connected with the meal plan is not really worth it. And that's why I'd say if you're going on campus, do opt for an apartment style building. And so your other option with Pritchard is buying swipes. You can buy 25, 50 or 75 swipes. So this is for days where you don't have a meal ready, you can just swipe and get in. It's a slightly lower rate than the walk-in rate, which I'll keep up here. And so my recommendation is just start cooking for yourself. It's a lot easier from my experience, sticking to a few recipes that you're good with, and you can store for more than 4 or 5 days. You can meal prep. I'd say that's the best option, most cost effective, and even healthy and taste effective option as well, I'd say. I'll be making a short video on where I like to shop, so stay tuned for that and subscribe. And I don't personally have experience ordering groceries online, but from what I've heard from some of my friends, some apps do waive the delivery fee off. If you're applying for housing, you can also request for a particular roommate, say your friend, to join your suite as well. And so do keep that in mind, don't forget about that in case you're going to second year or first year even. And at the start of every semester, you get access to the UMO bus pass. So you get an access code that you can add to your app, and this is how you get onto the bus. And so I'd say this is pretty important. You shouldn't forget about it because it is included with your fees. And so I'd say the bus system is pretty satisfactory. You can get to wherever you want to go, and the bus timings are pretty good. And you should download the BC Transit app as well. This helps you track the buses more accurately than Google Maps. And yeah, I'd say that's the main things that you should keep in mind. You should be ready and set to go. And I guess this is all you need to know. And thanks for watching. Good luck for your semester.